Within the diesel after-treatment system, there are three primary components. You have the diesel oxidation catalyst, which is a flow-through filter. You have the diesel particulate filter, which is this product here, and you have the SCR. The diesel particulate filter is a blocked channel filter, as you can see through this cut-through view, that every other channel is actually blocked within the filter itself. The intent of that is to be able to capture the particulate matter as it flows from the diesel oxidation catalyst into the diesel particulate filter. The primary components of a diesel particulate filter are, of course, the core urite substrate. You then also have a 409 stainless steel canister, and you have a water-resistant matting which hugs the substrate and allows it to firmly be encapsulated by the can. The DuraFit brand of diesel particulate filters also has a retention ring on both the inlet and the outlet side of the filter itself. The purpose for the retention ring is to ensure that under any type of significant back pressure situation, the core urite substrate itself will not move. Some of the early designs of diesel particulate filters did not contain a retention ring, and under back pressure situations you could actually see a shift of the substrate itself. These diesel particulate filters are manufactured in our Hobart, Indiana facility. Again, the substrate is procured from an OE source, and from there everything else is done right in Hobart, Indiana. We will apply the catalyst and the wash coat, we will do the canning assembly, and we will ultimately warehouse and distribute the product from Hobart, Indiana to our customers. When engaging with customers, there's two topics that often are surfaced rather quickly. The first being the quote-unquote reman options that are out in the marketplace, and the second being the maintenance requirements for after-treatment systems. Let's first be clear that there's no such thing as a remanufactured diesel particulate filter or diesel oxidation catalyst. To offer to the marketplace a certified remanufactured products, you must replace some of the componentry within that product to be able to call it a remanufactured part. In this product category, remanufactured DPFs are nothing more than a cleaned DPF. So a cleaner will take the unit, take the core, as it's commonly referred to, clean it using various methods that are available in the marketplace today, and then resell that unit out to the marketplace as a remanned DPF. There's an immediate short-term value proposition because the cost to purchase a cleaned or quote-unquote reman DPF is much less than purchasing a brand new unit. The concern, or the long-term, I should say, cost exposure is that that product has been cleaned, it's been exposed to some type of cleaning process which does impact both the substrate as well as the catalyst and wash coat, and will not have the same long-term performance as a new unit. So there's a risk associated with that. So as a consumer, you have an option. You can pay a lower charge for a cleaned unit, and there's also a core charge or core bounty associated with that, which at some point in time, when the product eventually does fail from multiple cleaning, that core charge will have to be paid. Or you can purchase a brand new unit, knowing that the history of the core is it's brand new, it has never been cleaned, you know what to expect in terms of its performance and durability. So when talking with customers, and really our job is to convince them that a cleaned unit, again, has a short-term benefit and long-term risk. And that when buying a new unit, you know exactly what you're getting, it's backed by a 3-year warranty, and you can expect the performance that you demand from that product. Many of the fleets, when they step back and look at their options for replacement diesel particulate filters, and they're weighing out the advantages and disadvantages of purchasing a reman unit or a new unit, have begun to really put the math to their decision-making process. And they evaluate the cost really of downtime associated with premature failures of really any products in their operating equipment. But when it comes to diesel particulate filters, when you have a unit that's been cleaned many times, you run the risk of increasing the frequency of regen cycles, most likely into active regen or forced regen, which renders the vehicle inoperational. And that's downtime. That means that equipment is not rolling, it's not producing, it's not generating the intended revenue. Where when they evaluate the, say, higher priced new unit, they're assuming that that unit is going to perform as intended. They are going to have less frequency in terms of regen cycles. They're going to be passively generating more often, which is the desired state of regeneration. And that equipment is going to continue to operate down the highway as intended and produce the revenue. The other point that we often have to address with customers is the maintenance of the after-treatment system. There are some recommended practices that have been published from the truck manufacturers and the original equipment manufacturers of after-treatment systems and products. We have elected to support the efforts of the Truck Maintenance Council, or TMC, who is drafting a recommended practice for cleaning intervals for fleets to follow. That recommended practice is in draft form at this point in time, but it evaluates all the various cleaning methods, the various cleaning cycles that should be considered based on what your duty cycle of your equipment is. They are really listening to those of us who manufacture these types of products for advice on finalizing that recommended practice. We obviously believe that replacing a unit with a new unit is going to give you the most success in terms of longevity of the product or durability of the product and the least amount of risk. But we also recognize that if maintained properly, a DPF can last many years. And we want to be part of the effort in guiding the industry on what the best practice will be. It's important to recognize when you have an issue with your after-treatment system. And there's a few things that we'd like to educate our customers on when it comes to common failure modes or issues they're experiencing with their after-treatment system. Many cases when we work hand in hand with our customers to diagnose a failed DPF, we'll find that there's a few things that add to that failure. It could be potentially an upstream engine issue. You could have a failed turbo. You could have a leaking EGR cooler. Something that may force contaminants downstream with the emission stream into the after-treatment system, create any type of clogging or hot spots within the actual filter that'll cause premature failure. So when a customer contacts us and says they've had a DPF that's failed, the first thing we do is evaluate all the upstream indicators that may have actually caused the problem to begin with. The other thing we do is we evaluate their duty cycles. How often are you getting to the point where you're properly regenning the system in passive regeneration? And again, passive regeneration is defined as the sweet spot for the system. It's purging itself in its as it is intended to do while the vehicle is in optimal operating conditions. So the temperature's right, the equipment's running down the road. In some applications, they can never get to the appropriate or optimal temperature to passively regen, and so they're forced into active regen or potentially forced regen. This again impacts not only the product, but the operation of the vehicle. After-treatment systems are designed to passively regen. When you are placed in active or forced, you're doing a couple of things. You're, first of all, dosing fuel into the after-treatment system to get the desired temperature in order to create the soot burn. You're now impacting the vehicle's fuel efficiency, which again is further impacting the cost of operation of the vehicle. But you're also creating a tremendous amount of heat within the after-treatment system. And again, over long periods of time, that extended high temperature environment can impact not only the substrate by continually expanding and contracting it, but it also can begin to adversely impact the catalyst and the wash coat itself. These are very important things and topics to cover with our customers. Make sure we educate them correctly that, number one, make sure the rest of the engine is operating appropriately and it's not causing contaminants to get into the after-treatment system. Number two, understand how your equipment's being cycled and ensure that you can get as much regeneration taking place in passive regeneration rather than active and forced. These will contribute to the longevity of the product itself. If you're a fleet owner or a distributor within this marketplace, and you've got questions or thoughts or concerns or need some product knowledge regarding diesel after-treatment products, my team, we are regionally established throughout the country. We deploy ourselves to go in and support our distribution partners, support the end users by providing not only product knowledge, training for salespeople, training for technicians who are working on these types of systems within their equipment. We are really experts in our field. We are heavy-duty guys. Collectively, we've got over 80 years of experience in the heavy-duty aftermarket. It is our goal to ensure that each of our customers are confident with understanding not only the after-treatment system, but confident in their purchase decisions for when they need a replacement product. And we look forward to engaging with new customers, new distributors, and supporting their efforts to get involved in the diesel after-treatment process.